Hey guys, a friend of mine has asked me to convert his, what is it, 31-inch ProBoat Thunder Cat to brushless electric, and I'm going to oblige him. This is the one. Let's see, where's the top? There's the top. So you get an idea of what it is or whatever. Here, let me throw it on. Step back. But, yeah, do believe it's 31 inches. But taking the oh my God, what is that thing? Oh yeah, it's an engine and in the tuned exhaust and things out of it to put an electric motor in, brushless electric motor. So there's the first part of the conversion. I'm not going to change anything back out here, so the motor will just, I don't know, we'll see what goes on, if I need a longer shaft or whatever. I don't know. So anyway, that's the start of it. Okay. So what I've done here is I've removed the engine and the muffler, but still don't know where I'm going to put the battery. Probably going to be a 5-cell stuffed right in the middle, up that way. Don't know yet. But what I did is I made a motor mock-up, since I haven't ordered the motor yet, but it gives the dimension and the shaft and the whole ball of wax. I can see where the motor's going to go if it's going to hit the bottom. I was afraid of it hitting the bottom and I'd have to put the motor way up here, but no. This is the size of the motor. So with the collet that's going to go on there, I figure we'll be about here, and that's a good amount of space there to have for the motor. So this should work really well. I'll go ahead and order the motor. What I did to make this is I took on the bandsaw, I took a piece of oak and I cut it down to a square, and then I put a hole in the middle, and then with a lag screw, and then I ground the head of the lag screw off. The lag screw goes all the way through, as you can tell. There's the end of it. So I get a nice shaft to it. I put on a motor, right? And then I kind of like shade tree mechanic, freaking weekend machinist, ground it down with the grinder while it was on the drill. So I kind of got like a 39mm can with a 94mm total length and a 74mm here, and yeah, it worked out pretty good as a mock-up. So now I can kind of gauge where everything's going to be. So well, that's on to the next step, installing the motor when I get it. Okay, I'm continuing on with the electric conversion of his Thunder Cat 31 ProBoat. I have made room in the bow for batteries. It's going to be a 5-cell battery. And I had to cut that window out there, that window, dig out some styrofoam so this battery would fit right in there, and hopefully it'll be good balance. But what I did is I made this battery tray of sorts. Now if you look, it sits like this, right, and it'll sit up in there like that. And what this little notch here down here is for the Velcro to go up underneath. That'll fit in there like that, and then Velcro will go up underneath, And when you slide the battery in, you got to get a little bit of play here for adjustment of center of balance. It's not much, but it's what I could do, because the motor is going to be like right here, probably right in there somewhere. So that's getting pretty close. But and then the ESC, I'll probably mount like here, or even on the inside of the radio box maybe, because I don't think it's a waterproof ESC, but it is water cooled. But yeah, that'll slide right in there, and then the Velcro will, you know, attach the battery in there, and it'll, you know, but I gotta epoxy that down first. So there's the progress. Don't know when the next video is gonna be. Of course, you'll see it all seamlessly stitched together. So, okay, there's the battery tray all installed. I haven't got any Velcro yet, but it'll accept a Turnigy 5.0 and slide back and forth. And of course, you know, like I said, you put the strap around it, and it'll accept the cheaper ones too. They're a little smaller. I think it'll even do sideways on the cheaper ones. Nope, it won't. It won't do sideways on the cheaper ones. But yeah. That's what she is right there. Okay, I've got the motor mounted, and you kind of see here. Oh, come on out of there. See the motor mount. It's utilizing the stock mounts for the engine, which I've trimmed and drilled holes in, and a piece of 1/4 inch angle aluminum that I've cut out and drilled and made it so the motor could mount to it. And that slides right down in there like that. And when you tighten up the things, you've got your what I've had to do, this is the stock flex shaft. It's you slide it in from the back, and if the motor collet right here comes loose while you're running, the boat slows down, and when it slows down, it puts drag in the propeller, which drag in the propeller will pull this thing completely out of the shaft, and you lose it. It would just be gone, propeller and all. So what I've done is I'm going to convert to
Octura
3/16 stuff, which consists of that. And what you do is you take, turn this upside down here. You cut this off here, right? You cut it off. Here, let me get this thing out of the freaking. You cut off the stuffing box, right? So this just fits in there with a little bit of slop. Not much, just a little bit. Okay? And so I'll cut the stuffing box about here. And what you do then is you figure out the length that you need, and you solder. You solder this to that. Okay? And let's see if I can put it together here. You solder that to that, being sure not to shove too much through, because you know it won't. Well, anyway, actually it goes on this end. I'll show you that. And then it goes like this. All right. So you've got that on there. You solder this on here. So that. You know, you're inside there. You know, you're freaking you're in there. Okay. So then what you do is you take the prop shaft. You get the prop shaft here, right? And you get the flat spot in the drive the things there, right? and you put this in there. Oh man, Bill, what'd you do? Give me the wrong one? May have. But anyway, you put that in there, right? Or you ream that out a little bit or whatever. You get that to fit in there. And then when you're putting it together, you put it together all up here. So what happens is that propeller shaft gets locked in on the strut. So you don't lose it if the motor collet comes loose. It's just a good system from Octura. Switching over. So, but anyway, there's the motor, and then freaking got the flex shaft here. Freaking got him. Okay. Get the flex shaft. You put that in there, and it'll come out there and go right into the engine or into the motor. Okay. And then you tighten that collet down, and that's your. You put grease in there, right? You grease that with like waterproof Grim Racer grease. You know, something. You squirt some in there. You get a little syringe and whatever. You screw that in there, and then you squirt a bunch of grease in there. So so you've got grease in there for the propeller shaft, right? And between these two, you see between these two, you've got what's known as a thrust bearing. Where did my thrust bearing go? My thrust bearing. So you've got a thrust bearing. It goes in there. One of these little metal pieces go on one side, and then the other piece goes on the other side, and that goes in the middle. So so when the propeller is thrusting forward, thrusting this direction, it's not wearing out the nylon thrust washer, or But anyway, I think you get the point. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. I just have to solder the flex shaft onto the collet thingy deal, and all right, that's where we're at. One last look. Oh, I haven't figured out where to mount this yet. I think this is where I'm going to put it, and bring the wires out the side of the radio box this way, and out the side of the radio box that way, and then silicone, the dog shit out of them. So don't know. All right. Okay, here we go. We got things installed. We got the ESC installed with the water line. Comes in, goes here, goes through, loops around, comes back out, comes to the motor. Got to shorten that one up a bit, and then heads out to the outside of the hull. The collet and the flex shaft is all hooked up. Got the thrust bearings on there, and that's what that looks like. Yeah. So shouldn't be long. We'll have water. Radio box. Ooh, somebody's texting. All right, I've been working on it all day long. Dark out. And got everything mounted. The ESC, the batteries are in the little deal. We got the Velcro on the radio. All I got to do is solder some motor connections and battery connections, plug it in, and test it out. See if it works. So the next video that you see will probably be a water video, a maiden run video, just to see how stupid this thing is in the water. It may go pretty good, it may not, I don't know. I don't know how these things run, so see ya.